exposed wrongdoing and took decisive action, Your Honor, against it.
Go on.
These clips, Your Honor, which I'm about to play, and materials, Your Honor, will confirm that my actions were never motivated by malice, Your Honor, personal gain, or political expediency, but by a genuine commitment to protect public resources, fight corruption, defend the rule of law, and uphold the Constitution of Kenya, Your Honor.
Thank you. You talked about clips.
Yes, Your Honor.
How many clips are they going to be?
For today, I'll avoid replaying the clips which have already been marked and produced.
Yes.
I'll just introduce new clips.
Yes.
They are around between 4 to 5, Your Honor.
4 to 5. How are those clips produced? How are they generated?
The clips, Your Honor, are in the public domain. Some of them in YouTube, Your Honor. Some of the evidence in the Hansard of both the Senate and the National Assembly, Your Honor. They have been downloaded by experts, Your Honor. We have prepared certificates, Your Honor, to prove how the clips have been prepared, Your Honor. And they have all been authenticated, Your Honor.
Those clips are available for production in court.
Yes, Your Honor. They are in triplicate, 3 copies.
Yes.
For the prosecution, for the court, and for maybe we keep for our records.
And the certificates were also prepared for their production.
Yeah, we'll produce. We'll give the certificates later.
With your permission, Your Honor, we can play the clips and then mark them for identification until the time comes for production. Are you ready now to go with the clips? Or
yes, Your Honor. We are prepared. We are ready.
We are ready.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
The immediate former member of Parliament.
That is clip number.
Was involved in a case which saw that Visa Oshwal Primary School.
For convenience today, you can name it. That's the first clip.
This is a first clip, Your Honor.
Today.
For today.
Yeah. When did this event happen?
This event happened when I was.
Perhaps, so that for recording purposes, you don't mix up.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can mark
that clip.
Then now.
Yeah, we can mark that clip for identification as MFI B76. Thank you for your guidance, you know. Thank you for your guidance.
So it will play, after which you make follow-up questions.
Yes, thank you.
To a private school be returned to the hands of the public. In fact, the school is not in his constituency, but Mike Sonko believed that he was just doing it for the people of Nairobi County.
Mr. Speaker, Article 27, Sub-Article 1 of our new constitution, every person is equal before the law and has the right to equal protection and equal benefit of the law. The grammars, Mr. Speaker, have a court order. We want the Minister for Lands, all the ministries concerned, to send the AG to court to set aside this order which the land grabbers are enjoying. Besides that, Mr. Speaker, the grabbers still abused the court process. Because initially they went to court by case number 655 of 203, whereby they sued the parents, the headmaster, and the director of city education. But before this matter was concluded, Mr. Speaker, the grabbers went to court again for the second time, and this time they sued the City Council of Nairobi. And the City Council of Nairobi, Mr. Speaker, never appeared. They never went to court. This is a clear indication, Mr. Speaker, there was a conspiracy between the City Council and the grabbers to grab this school. So we want an assurance, Mr. Speaker, from the government through the AG. They have to go to court and set aside this order. So we want an assurance, not a verbal assurance from these ministers, Mr. Speaker. They always give us lies. They tell us they'll do this, then they don't do it.
The school was reverted to public property.
Is that the end of the clip?
Yes, that is the end of clip one. Your Honor,
now, what was that for?
this is a public school in West.
No, where you were speaking.
In Parliament.
The
Parliament, National Assembly, Your Honor.
Assembly. That time you were what?
That time I was an MP, Your Honor.
Yeah. You can give the court a few explanatory notes if you wish.
Yes.
Yes, you can do that.
Your Honor, in this particular case, I personally fought some private developers who had grabbed this public primary school, Your Honor.
Where is it?
In Westlands, Your Honor.
Yes.
They conspired with the then City Council senior officials. They were successful in their mission, Your Honor. Your Honor, in the process of fighting with the grabbers, we were promised huge sums of money, Your Honor.
By who?
By the grabbers, Your Honor. Several attempts, Your Honor, were made.
You don't have a kind of word for them? They're just grabbers?
They're grabbers, they're thieves.
Proceed.
I raised this issue in Parliament, Your Honor. The court order was in favor of the grabbers. Your Honor, I joined in the suit, the High Court suit. Fought with the grabbers in court. Your Honor, I remember very vividly, at some point, City Council officers, one of the insiders, confided me with the sensitive information that all the senior officials in the county council were given 5 million each. The grabber sent his proxy to my office I was offered 8 million Kenya shillings by then, Your Honor. I reported the matter. A trap was laid. Actually, I reported to the same ESCC who are now accusing me of corruption, Your Honor. I remember very vividly, I reported the matter to Mr. Bishire in the operations department at ESCC. Mr. Kinywa, who was a senior sergeant, and Mr. Sanich.
It is enough to say you reported.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, proceed.
Your Honor, I reported there, and the records are there that I reported. Your Honor, I went back to court, and I successfully set aside the order the grabbers were enjoying, Your Honor.
The clip that I saw there, are those the court proceedings you are talking about?
No, that is Senate. I'm tabling the court proceedings. Those were.
Yeah, you table the court
I have them on me. Your Honor, despite setting aside the High Court's order.
Minutes.
No, they still the Supreme Court. They didn't explain court. Okay. Yes, Your Honor.
So that we move systematically.
Yes.
There is a mention of a court proceeding.
Yes.
That should immediately come.
Yes, Your Honor.
Identify, market.
Yes, Your Honor.
That's what is.
That we are very systematic.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to see so that we can mark it.
Okay.
What are you carrying?
What was it?
Okay, explain and then His Honor would like us to be systematic.
Your Honor.
It's important we do it. So you've talked about court proceedings?
Yeah.
Which court is that?
The High Court.
Case number?
Case number.
That's what.
Yeah, I'll have to say, yeah.
Okay, go on with your
Okay. Your Honor, yeah, I'll have the court order.
Yeah.
I have the court order which I'll table. After setting aside this order, Your Honor, the grabbers appealed.
Can mark first.
The court order,
Yes.
we can mark it. That's what His Honor is saying.
Yes, we can.
As MFI-D 77.
Yes, Your Honor.
Which matter is this?
Yeah, that is
Yeah.
How many times?
Yeah, Your Honor, my apologies for that. I'll get the court order, but I have the Court of Appeals, Nairobi Civil Appeal number 126 of 2014.
I wish you were sitting here.
Yeah.
Difficult it is to record things.
He has a very
I have the court order.
No, hold on, Mheshimiwa. He has a difficult position. So
Yes.
what I want you to do is to make his work easier.
Yes.
And this is what you are going to do.
Yes.
And even before you go to the order, speak slowly and clearly. Yeah.
Noted, Your Honor.
Yeah. What you are holding in your hand so that Your Honor, you can tie them together.
Oh, Your Honor.
So if we can begin where I stopped today is where you stated that it's a matter which was before the High Court.
Yes.
So we
Yes,
wish
Your
now to details
Of the High Court.
of that
Yeah,
matter.
that is what I'm looking for. Mr. Chariot, I have the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court orders.
Take your time, it's your day.
Yeah. Thank you, Your Honor, for the assurance.
It was up to you, the High Court order. What on myself? The Court of Appeal and Supreme Court.
Just relax. Just relax. Where is the court order?
I don't know. I hope I have to. You know.
Mr. Nyakundi, we need a break.
Yeah, give us a break so that we
How
can.
long?
Maybe 20 minutes. We need to print that.
Kindly organize yourselves.
Yeah, thank you, Your Honor. Thank you for the indulgence.
We proceed at exactly 10. What will adjourn for 20 minutes.
I appreciate it, Your
Respondent in the Supreme Court case, Your Honor.
Was there a verdict in the Supreme Court?
Yes, Your Honor. The application was struck out on the 17th day of February 2022.
And you are holding, what document are you holding on your hands in respect of
I'm
this?
holding the decision of the Supreme Court.
What is it headed? It is headed as a decision of the Supreme Court.
It is headed as a appellant.
Although it's not headed, but what is the conclusion?
The conclusion is the application, the notice of motion dated 8th December, be and is hereby struck out.
Can mark it, Your Honor, FI-79. Concerning that primary school, is it in Westlands?
It is in, yes, Your Honor, in Westlands.
Yeah. Anything else you'd like to say about it?
The school was reverted back to public use.
The school was reverted back to public use. What is the state of that school today?
Still, and it's a public school.
It's a public school.
Based on my efforts.
Yes. Anything else on that? Or we go to something else?
Yes, Your Honor. I like to inform the court that had I accepted to receive a bribe by the grabbers who attempted to grab this school, this school will not be there today for public use. The city council officers accepted the bribe. When I took the matter to Parliament, Your Honor, the parliamentary committee, education, members were pocketed by this same grabber. They never took any action.
No action was taken?
No action was taken.
Did you raise the matter in Parliament?
Yes, the matter was raised
Yes.
in Parliament.
Do you have the Hansard proceedings?
For this particular case, I don't have the answer, but I managed to download the clip from KBC, where I participated in defending the school.
And that is the clip that was played?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Let's go on.
For this
if
particular
we are through with this, we can
this
go
one,
to something else.
yes, for this particular case, Your Honor, I'm through.
The next one?
The next one, Your Honor, we can play the second clip, Kamukunji Secondary School, Your Honor, which was also...
The second clip is about Kamukunji Secondary School.
Yes.
Did we mark? Yeah, we marked the Supreme Court. We marked the Supreme Court ruling as MFI 80. MFI. Yeah, I think we have.
We marked court of appeal.
It was marked 79.
Yeah, we marked it.
Unless there's another document.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Court assistant.
Yeah, no, it's okay. He's So-
this one will be marked as
MFI 80.
580.
Yeah. The second clip today.
So we will follow the same
Yeah, the same system.
structure. Play the clip, follow up questions later.
Okay, let's go.
Ours is only one value. We look at the initial intervals. I think that the compass will get one value.
The one coming on the 6th of February 2014?
Yes.
Did you sign it?
Yes.
Let's see. I did sign mine.
Apologies. Maybe there was maybe the agency of finance cash, but
Can I now ask you to affix the seal of identity so that it becomes bound?
yes. Thank you for the guidance.
Or we apply? No sign.
My Lord, I remember very vividly when I was the Senator of Nairobi County on the 22nd.
The 22nd
On the 27th, my Lord,
27th.
of June 2013. I received a letter from Kamukunji Secondary School
Is that all? That is all. Now, the clip that has just been played, what is it?
This is a clip, my court appearance under similar circumstances. The grabber who was attempting to bribe, to grab Kamukunji Secondary School conspired with Nairobi, being a public school, conspired with the Nairobi County government senior officials to allocate this school, Your Honor, to a private developer who was putting up some office blocks on the school playground, Your Honor. Your Honor, the developer, or the grabber, attempted to bribe me I also reported the matter, Your Honor. Okay. So it was a one-page letter, and I wish to read the letter. Dear Honorable Senator,
If you can give us some one sentence,
so one
the
sentence.
message of the letter.
The message, the principal is complaining. He needs my assistance in repossessing the school playground.
Continue.
Your Honor, I wrote to the Governor, Nairobi City County, raising the same issue, Your Honor. Your Honor, I also wrote to the EACC and they responded. They responded to my letter, Your Honor.
It means
The EACC, Your Honor.
EACC
Responded to my letter, Your Honor, on the 25th July 2013, Your Honor. They just said, we have taken up the matter for investigations with a view of recovering the land for use by the school. The letter was signed by a Mr. Abdi A. Mohammed for Secretary Stroke Chief Executive Officer.
Do you have those? You have those letters here?
Yes, Your Honor.
First of all, the letter from Kamukunji, a copy of the letter from Kamukunji. Secondary school. Is dated when?
No, there are two letters from.
There are two letters.
It's a resolution of the board. There's
Yes.
another one.
The one that you talked
In
about.
fact,
Yeah, is that one?
yeah, the letter is dated, Your Honor, 27th June 2013.
Your Honor, the letter may be marked for identification as MFI D81. Yes. You said you wrote a letter to the governor. Do you have it?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, the letter, Your Honor.
But before we go to the governor's letter,
yes, we had various correspondences with the school, and they said that, another one, this one.
another letter. This letter is dated when?
Your Honor, this letter is dated 29th July 2013.
From who to who?
From the principal and Secretary Board of Governors, Kamukunji Secondary School, Mr. Baraza Nalianya. 29th of July, Your Honor, 2013.
Yes. You can mark it, Your Honor, the MFI D82.
This letter, Your Honor, this principal is addressing me that the Board of Governors, parents, students and teachers are appreciating me for the quick efforts, or rather quick action, in ensuring the school playground is reverting back to the school. It is a letter of appreciation from the Board of Governors, management and students.
Yes. Now, you said you wrote to the governor?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a copy of the letter that you wrote to the governor?
Yes, Your Honor. I have a copy of the letter with me here.
Yes. It's dated when?
Your Honor, the letter is dated 18th July 2013.
Yes. It is from who to who, that letter?
Myself as the senator by then, as the senator and deputy chief whip senate, to Dr. Evans Kidero, the first governor of Nairobi City County, Your Honor.
MFI D83. MFI D83. Did you get a response from the governor?
Yes, Your Honor. The governor replied. He responded.
Through what?
Through a letter.
Yes, dated. Yes.
The governor's letter, Your Honor, is dated 22nd July 2013.
Addressed to who?
Addressed to myself.
And what does the governor say in the letter?
The governor says that he's going to take action. He has already issued instructions to initiate the revocation of the illegally leased school land.
MFI D94. Go on.
Your Honor, despite me writing to the governor, the ESCC, despite even me reporting the grabber for attempting to bribe me, no action was taken. No efforts were initiated by the governor as promised in the letter.
So what did you do?
I decided to take the matter to court, Your Honor.
How?
We filed a case, Your Honor. Provide case number 107 of 2014, Your Honor.
Take your time.
Yes, Your Honor, case number 107 ELC Milimani 107 of 2014, Your Honor. Your Honor, the Board of Governors of Kamukunji Secondary School were the first plaintiff in this ELC case number 107 of 2014, Your Honor. And I was the second plaintiff.
You're holding a certain document?
Yes.
What document is that you're holding?
This is a plaint.
What is the plaint that generated that case?
Yes, Your Honor.
Who are the parties in that case?
Your Honor, the chairman, secretary, and treasurer of the Board of Governors of Kamukunji Secondary School were the first plaintiff, Your Honor. Your Honor, we sued the grabber as the first defendant, Inter-Countries Importers and Exporters Limited. We sued the Nairobi City County Government as the second defendant, Your Honor. And the Attorney General, on behalf of the Cabinet Secretary, Ministry of Lands, as the third defendant, Your Honor. Your Honor, we managed to get a temporary injunction stopping the developer.
Can we, before we proceed, can we mark the plaintiff MFI D85? MFI D85, the plaintiff. Now, proceed.
I'm not sure the documents are being marked.
He's marking 85.
No, the document itself.
You need to mark it. Yeah, I think we will carry them when it's...
So everything should be done.
Yeah, thank you. I appreciate it.
I have experience.
Yeah, I appreciate it. The plaintiff.
You wake up tomorrow and you don't know which one is which.
We can get confused. MFI D85, the plate.
This is 85.
So proceed.
Your Honor,
After the plea.
we got a temporary injunction.
Yes. Do you have a copy of the order? That injunction.
Yes, Your Honor. I have it somewhere here.
You need to produce it.
At a later stage. We don't have it here, but we'll get it.
Okay, we can leave that for now because we don't have the order here. Yes.
We treat it later.
Go on, you're still here, so you'll have an opportunity to talk about
So, Your Honor, because the Ministry of Education, the Governor, the ESCC will not take any action to stop the developer from doing any sort of construction or interfering with the school land. I decided to go to the High Court and
that is the What is the state of that case in the High Court now?
The current state, there was a judgment which was to be delivered.
Yes.
I'll find out with the lawyer.
You'll find out whether the judgment was delivered.
Yes, but
you did go
I
to
know
the High
if
Court.
it's decided in our favor, definitely the developer will go to the Court of Appeal.
Now, what is the state of the school today?
It is still a public school, Your Honor.
It is still a public school. Anything you'd like to tell the court about that Kamukunji school? Anything else?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, let's move to the next item as you had prepared yourself.
Yes, our next item, Your Honor, it is a water reservoir belonging to the county government of Nairobi.
And what is this? Yeah, the next item we're going to deal with is a water reservoir. Yeah, belonging to the county government of Nairobi. Where is that water reservoir? You're going to go to a clip. Oh,
Yes.
We'll play the clip first, then we can talk. Yeah, play that clip. It's tiring, standing.
That will be marked as 86.
The clip will be MFI D86.
D86. And just to be curious, how are they being marked, those clips?
We have them in flash discs.
Are they being provided to my assistant for marking? That is my worry. I should not be running everything. Things, systems should be running.
Absolutely.
I'm worried about certain things which I can't
I
see.
appreciate it.
Let me sort it out right away.
Systems should be running.
Let me get my team, Your Honor. I have a team. Let me get my team to attend to that as quickly as you can. Please provide the clips. Can we have the clips?
have the right here. Yeah, this should Can I have the first flash disk? I want to play. Give it to me. The first flash disk. Give me the first flash disk. You know the first flash disk that we... This is the third one. 80. Yeah, 80. And this is now the third one.
We also sent to the defense.
We have already gotten this allowance.
This is about 29. Yes. Letter dated.
Please deal with that separately, please. Now we can proceed with the next lead.
I've seen some deviation. If it is for the prosecution, should open with P. If it is for the defense, should open with a D.
Yeah, D.
I can see MFI flat. So you cannot tell me wait not.
What we call it now, marked for identification as defense exhibit.
DMFI.
DMF. Thank you.
That distinguishes it from
DMFI. Yeah.
the match is line. So the matching always begins with D.
DMFI. Thank you. Can we have some order, please? Please, can we have some order? Yeah. Let's have some order, please.
I think we've reconciled most of the things. We can move on.
I think we have.
Now, to every step
We will proceed that way.
Mimi kwanza naanza kwa kushukuru viongozi wa area hii wakiongozwa na Mheshimiwa Timu Wanyonyi, mbunge wa hii eneo bunge la Westlands, ma MCA wote wawili kwa ile kazi tulifanya kutoka jana. Tumeshinda na wao kotini kupigania ile oda huyu mwizi ambaye alikuwa nayo. Pili, nashukuru mahakama kwa kutusikiza kwa kuseta aside ile oda yule mwizi ambaye alikuwa anajaribu kuiba shamba. Tatu, nashukuru polisi kwa kutii oda ya mahakama na kuja hapa kusupervise vile mahakama imesema. Malori yote imetolewa nje, mabuldoza ilikuwa inachimba inatolewa nje. Na pia ningependa kushukuru chairman wa hapa Loresho na wananchi kwa sababu wamevumilia kwa miaka 10 hii shamba ikiendelea kuibiwa. Na huyu mwizi alipeleka kesi High Court, akashindwa High Court. Aliposhindwa High Court akaficha faili ya High Court, akarudi kudanganya magistrate kotini. Hakusema kwa alipoteza kesi ya High Court, na aliporudi kwa magistrate na sisi tukarudi kwa yule magistrate na hawa waheshimiwa mnaoona hapa, na koti ikatusikiza tukapata order ya kusimamisha kila kitu. Na hapo awali isitoshe, hii kesi ilikuwa nimepeleka kwa bunge la Senate, tukasummon watu wote wa Land Commission, wakasema hii shamba imenyakuliwa kwa njia isiyofaa. Tunavyoongea leo, Land Commission chairman ameshatoa barua ya kurevoke zile title deeds. Alafu pia NEMA wakasema kibali cha kujengea ile approval plan ilikuwa haijakuwa approved.
Tuie unyakuzi wa mashamba ili tuhifadhi ile miradi yetu ambayo ni ya umma. Na hii miradi ya umma, mtu akinyakua shamba kama hii, next time watanyakua hiyo tangi ya maji. Na next time Nairobi watakuwa na maji. Next time wataenda kuchukua shule, wataenda kuchukua hospitali, wataenda kuchukua soko zetu. Kwa hivyo tukianzia hapa tukiwa pamoja na Senator Sonko, tunasema ya kwamba sisi tuko tayari kuzuia mtu yeyote ambaye anakuja kujaribu kunyakua shamba ya umma. Mali ya umma ni mali ya wananchi. Mali ya umma si mali ya kibinafsi. Mtu yeyote kama ana ufisadi mahali anauza mashamba ya umma, sisi tunatoa ilani ya kwamba tuta name and shame, and we are going to deal with that. Name and shame. Na tunajua hao waizi wako wapi, tunawajua mpaka majina yao. Hivi karibuni tutatoa ile orodha ya wale watu ambao wanaiba mashamba. Kwa hivyo sisi tunashukuru mahakama vile ilitoa ile court order ya kuja kuondoa hawa, ili wakuja wasiseme tuwafukuza kihalali. Wanasema wako na stakabadhi ya kumiliki hii shamba, na sisi tunasema ile stakabadhi ni bandia, ni fake. Sisi tunajua hii ni shamba ya umma. Nairobi Water owns this land. Titles, people manufacture titles from River Road. We know it. And we are not going to accept anybody running around with fake title deeds to pretend that he owns public land. Public land belongs to the wananchi of Kenya. It belongs to you and me, and we cannot allow it to be privatized. You know, Westlands is a prime area, and that's why people are on the loose trying to grab land, every inch of land that, you know, you remember the one at Westgate. You remember the one at Bora Primary. You remember Ocean Primary. All Hospital Hill. All those. These people are on the loose, and we want to stop them, and we are sending a warning around that we are not going to allow them to take any inch, not even an inch, of our land. This belongs to the public, and it must be preserved.
Hospitali hii nimepata amri kutoka kwa kotini ikiamrisha mimi ya kuwa nisimamishe ujenzi. Nimekuja na nimesimamisha ujenzi ya hii area, na nitapeana kila siku maofisa wa polisi walinde hii udongo ya wananchi.
Ni mwanaharakati kwa mambo ya amani na jinsia. Mimi ni mtetezi wa haki za binadamu, na ardhi hii kutoka mwaka 2009 imekuwa kero kubwa kwetu. Kila wakati tunanyakuliwa ardhi, kila umekuwa usiku na mchana, mbio za kila wakati. Tunashukuru katiba yetu sasa, kwa sababu katiba inatupa haki kama wananchi. Alafu kama watu wa Nairobi tuna shukrani kubwa kwa sababu tuko na viongozi tuliowachagua sisi na wanaongoza katika mambo hayo. Hapa Westlands tuko gangari nyuma ya bwana Timu Wanyonyi ambaye ni MP wetu, na tutahakikisha kwamba hakuna mnyakuzi atakuja kunyakua ardhi hii wakati mwingine. Hata wakati tutakaposikia mashini na nguruma, tutakuwa wa kwanza kupiga firimbi. Ardhi hii ni muhimu sana kwa watu wa Nairobi, sio watu wa Kitisuru ama Westlands peke yake, kwa sababu ni mahali pa kushikia maji. Na ni makosa makubwa sana ikiwa tutanyakuliwa ardhi. Tukiangalia walitunyang'anya health center ya Highridge. Mheshimiwa Senator na bwana Timu Wanyonyi, tunahitaji ardhi hiyo irudi. Ardhi ya Highridge irudi. Tunahitaji hiyo ardhi irudi kwa sababu huku hata hatuna hospitali ya referral hata moja. Na ardhi zetu zinaenda tu tukiangalia. Na pia nimefurahia sana vile nimesikia bwana Senator amesema na kwamba wameshirikiana na mheshimiwa Timu Wanyonyi na ma-MCA wetu kuhakikisha kwamba watasukumana na ardhi zote za Westlands ziweze kurudi. Kwa sababu wananchi wa Westlands wana shida kubwa. Pia tuna wananchi huku ambao hawana makao. Na badala ya kunyakua ardhi ambayo ni ya serikali, si basi wananchi wapewe makao, kufanya upgrading ya manyumba rather than kunyang'anya wananchi. Shukrani kubwa tunatoa na tunamkanya yule bwenyenyi. Safari hii imefika mwaka 2015. Asijaribu tena kugusa ardhi hii. Sasa wacha na asikie. Amekuwa akigonganisha mpaka polisi mashinani na wananchi, amekuwa akigonganisha polisi na waheshimiwa kila wakati. Na kama mwanaharakati wa amani hatutakubaliana na hilo. Nashukuru mahakama imetoa amri hiyo mheshimiwa. Lakini pia tunataka waambiwe kwamba wasirudi tena karudia mlango wa nyuma, tena kampari amri nyingine. Kwa hivyo bwana Willy Mutunga pia aonwe, aambiwe kwamba watu wa Westlands wamesema imetosha, tusinyang'anywe ardhi tena.
Kwa majina kamili naitwa Mheshimiwa Alvin Olando, nikiwa kiongozi wa hii eneo la Kisuru Ward. Yangu ni machache kwa sababu wakati hii maneno ilianza na pale kunyakua ile shamba iko pale. Wakati nilifuatilia kutoka kwa kaunti nikapata huyu jamaa hana hata kibali ya kujenga nyumba. Tulikuja na bulldozers za kaunti wakaweka hiyo nyumba chini na wakaitingisha part of it. Na huyo akatoroka na nikajua kweli hakuwa na kibali. Baadaye huyu mwenyenye pia akarudi hapa, mwingine tofauti akarudi hapa. Nikajaribu kufuatilia kaunti, mbona anakuja na nguvu hivi? Nilienda kwa director legal, akaniambia mheshimiwa, hiyo shamba wewe hata utawezana nayo. Hiyo shamba ule mwingi ako na genuine documents, na in case the county needs back that land, lazima wanunue kutoka kwake. Na ni maneno wewe umepata ikiwa hapa na utawezana nayo. That's what I was told at the legal department. Na baadaye mwingi akajaribu kutafuta approval ya kujenga hapa mall pale county, lakini hakuweza kupata approval za kwanza kujenga hiyo mall. Na amejaribu kufuatilia sasa, nafikiria saa hii hakuna approval amepata, ni nguvu anatumia sasa, kwa sababu county pia walikubali. Hawawezi kubaliana mwingi akuje kujenga mall karibu na mahali maji iko, because maybe he can even poison the residents. We don't know the hidden agenda behind it. So mimi nimeshukuru, si vita ningepigana peke yangu kama tungekuwa na mheshimiwa Timu Wanyonyi na senator wetu wa Nairobi na MCA pia wa Kangemi amekuja hapa na chairman wa wote akiwa hapa. Ndio alikuwa mgonjwa kidogo, lakini pia tulipigana vita pamoja na tumesema tumeshukuru, tutazidi kulinda mali ya wananchi. Moja, nimalizie kitu moja kusema, kuna wakati county ilikuja ikaweka perimeter wall around, and I followed it, and they said they used about 18 million. Now I did a letter to the governor, why is it you've done this perimeter wall? Then there is somebody who has just come na akaweka ukuta yote chini, na hiyo ni pesa ya wananchi.
Nashukuru mheshimiwa Wanyonyi, our MCA, mheshimiwa Honorable Bofi Sonko. Mimi kwa majina naitwa Mongare Boniface na mimi ndio manager wa area hii hapa kwa maji. Vile mnajua hii maji yote ilikuwa inaenda mpaka UNEP, Igiri, ina serve hapa area Saroresho University na Rowa Kabete part of it, Chiuna, Kibagare, na hiyo maji ni maji inafaa kulindwa sana. UNEP ni mahali pa wasungu, na wasungu sasa hatujui kama walituma huyu mtu naye ndio aache aseme ni kwake ndio aweke maji sumu. Nimefurahi kuona sasa watu wametuondokea, because tulikuwa na hofu kubwa sana, because hata usiku anakuja akitaka kuingilia boma hili, na alikuwa ameweka Masai pale na mishare. Sasa wafanyikazi wangefika karibu. Manyumba zimepomolewa, manyumba ingine. Security unit, kulikuwa na engineer's office ilikuwa hapa, alafu kuna nyumba za wafanyikazi wake, alafu kuna store ya wale watu walikuwa wanatengeneza perimeter fence, zote zimepomolewa, siko miti kataa fence, perimeter fence. Iloresho mumeichua kwa muda, kulikuwa hapa vyakula vilikuwa za wananchi nyinyi, zote ziliangushwa wakati alianza kujenga, viozi zilipomolewa. Lakini kwa saizi nafurahia vile Mheshimiwa Wanyonyi alifuatilia hii kitu, alikuwa hapa sometimes, Mbuvi Songo walikuwa hapa last time, na huyu Muhindi alirudi baadaye kusema ati kuna court order, lakini kuangalia hiyo court order yake ilikuwa ya 2007. Baadaye nikaona imetumanwa nyingine kutoka kwa ofisi yetu ya hivi majuzi, na hiyo ndiye aliruka na akaanza kucheka na amepomoa tena. Mheshimiwa, nakushukuru kwa kutushughulikia. I'm very happy, and again now I can serve you the way you want. What is life? Bila maji hamtafanya nini? Mtu asiingilie shamba ya maji. Maji ndio uhai, kupika, kuoga na kufanya kila kitu. So I thank you very much.
Can we mark, Your Honor, that clip as DMFI 86? Yes, it was marked. Now, what was happening?
That was Noresho water reservoir, where it was situated within the Noresho area. This water reservoir, Your Honor, was serving water to millions of Nairobi residents, Your Honor. One, Mr. Shital Bandari grabbed this said water reservoir, he had documents. He went ahead and demolished houses belonging to Nairobi water sewerage. Your Honor, Your Honor, I mobilized leaders of Westlands, because Loresho is in Westlands, Your Honor. The MCA Loresho, as seen in the video clip, MP Loresho, Honorable Tim Wanyonyi, the OCPD Gigiri, where Loresho is, and the MCA Kangemi. We mobilized residents and went straight to the site where the water reservoir is located, Your Honor.
Anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, anything else? Now we'll go to the next clip, Your
Okay.
Honor.
What is the state of that water reservoir today?
The case is still ongoing,
Yes.
but still we're enjoying temporary orders. I'll come to that. I'll come to that after the second clip.
Okay, the second
next clip, yes.
Complete the second clip, please. Can I have the
mark it MFI, sorry, DMFI 87. Yes, DMFI 87. Please.
Mine is to convey my compliments to the Land Commission, the judiciary, and the police for this swift action they've taken against this land grabber. And we want also a further action to be taken against this grabber. First, for demolishing the county government houses belonging to Nairobi Water, which were here. We want action to be taken against county officers who allocated this land to this thief, this grabber. We want action to be taken against the land officers, land registrars who issued who executed the title deed in favor of this grabber. So, Mr. Swazuri, this is a very good action your commission has taken. Congratulations. And there are other also public utilities belonging to Nairobi Water, belonging to Nairobi County. In Karen, we have a sewerage plant which has already been grabbed. In Dandora, there is another sewerage plant. The Nairobi County sewer has been grabbed by very powerful politicians in Jubilee and in court, and a son of one former MD. We want this land to be repossessed, to be reverted back to the public. I think for now, those are my comments, and I also congratulate His Excellency the President for intervening in this matter. I think this case has always been misleading our courts. I think in 2012, he went to court via judicial review case number 151 of 2012. Then the judgment was delivered on 27th April this year before Justice Korir. When he lost in this case, the file was hidden, we didn't trust the file. Then he decided to go to the magistrate's court to mislead the magistrate, that he be given authority or consent by court to come and do this construction. Then when we realized the construction was ongoing, the Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission went to court to set aside that order. But there was some, I think there was some games he was playing. He was always hiding the file. Then I decided to go to court on behalf of the residents of Loresho. Then we explained the position to the court. This is res judicata or abuse of court process. There is no way you can lose in the superior court. Then you go to the magistrate court and abuse the process of the court. So we thank the judiciary. The magistrate set aside his order, and then he ordered that the police should supervise and ensure that there is no construction which is ongoing. So that is how maybe we took time, because this matter, as you can see from the court papers, he filed the case in 2012, but the judgment was delivered in 2015. These are some of the reasons we cannot put this blame on the Land Commission. They did their part, because they also took the matter before the Senate. I've got all the answers here, and I think Mr. Swazuri sent his team to Senate. They were summoned. Then they ruled that construction should be suspended until the case is determined and heard. The NEMA also issued the same orders. Senate issued the same orders. So we were wondering, why this guy is here above the law? Why is he defying all these orders? Senate order, Land Commission order, NEMA order, police order. We're even suspecting him to be an Al-Qaeda. Why should you grab a water reservoir which serves almost half Nairobi population and its environs? Maybe he had an hidden agenda behind it. Maybe he wanted to poison the water. He wanted to kill so many people. The police are doing a very good job on the war against terror. Maybe he wanted, maybe even Musket, you know, information is power. And the information we have, he wants to poison our people through that reservoir. And we will not accept that one to happen. Yeah, the police are doing their work. Even the members of the public, leaders, we must come together. We must unite to fight this disease called corruption. The county officers who issued the letter of allotment to him, we want them to be charged. The ethics and the corruption officers are here. We want even the land officers, the land registrars also to be charged. Why allocate a public utility to a private developer? That is very wrong.
Our role as police being here is for a simple reason, a very simple one. This is a critical national infrastructure. This, I repeat, is a critical national infrastructure, and I will not allow anybody to tamper to this facility that serves millions of residents of this city. That cannot be allowed at all. And I want to state one thing, that if any of my officers are involved in protecting anybody who is intruding into this facility, is playing with their jobs. Is playing with their jobs, and will certainly take very stern action. So any grabber who thinks that they can grab not only this facility, but anywhere in the country, a facility that serves the public, is making a big mistake.
We have already instituted investigations. We've secured court orders not to progress beyond this. That's why we are here today, because we are seeing people violating. So anybody who is going to violate further will definitely meet the full force of law through the security hand of the law.
Tumekuja hapa na Mheshimiwa Sonko, Senator, na viongozi presidents wa association ya hapa na watu wa anti-corruption, police na watu wengine wote ambao wanahusika na haya mambo. Ni kwamba kuna watu wamejaribu kuiba hii shamba ya Nairobi Water. Hii shamba ilikuwa reserved hapa wakati wa mkoloni, na I think 1928 or there around there. Kwa hivyo ni shamba ya kitambo sana, na iko na title yake. Lakini sasa kuna watu ambao wanasemekana walifanya subdivision wakatoa plot 4 hapa na wameanza kujenga kule, na huyu mmoja anasema anataka kujenga shopping mall hapa. Another sijui vipi, lakini hatukatai watu kujenga shopping malls, lakini kwenye ardhi ambayo imeruhusiwa. Hii ni ardhi ambayo ina matangi ya maji mnayoona pale, yanaserve karibu half of Nairobi, maji yake yanatoka hapo. Kwa hivyo, na kawaida sheria za mambo ya maji ni kama vile mambo ya uwanja wa ndege, lazima kuwe na ample space. Ndio maana ukaona sasa watu wanafikiria ile ample space imeachwa ni bure, wao ndio wana nafasi ya kuitumia au uwezo wa kutumia. Kwa hiyo tumesema tumerevoke hiyo title yao hapa, revoke on Friday. Hakuna ruhusa ya mtu yoyote kudai kwamba hii shamba ni yake. Hii shamba ni ya umma, ni ya public. Na hatutaruhusu kuanzia leo, hatutaruhusu mtu yoyote ambaye anasema ni mwekezaji, developer, aje atumie ardhi hii. Tumefunga na tutaita watu wa NYS watufanyie kama vile tulifanya na Ngata Primary School. Hizi zitavunjwa, hiyo vifaa vyake vyote tutatoa, na tutafanya landscaping hapa, turudishe hadi kama ilivyokuwa ya zamani. Wamevunja hapa nyumba za wafanyakazi 4, wafanyakazi wa Nairobi Water. Nasikia na hao wafanyakazi wamepangishiwa nyumba Westlands na wao wanawalipia. Can you imagine that type of imani ya kulipia watu wa serikali na pesa zake? So I think this is hii ni maneno ambayo tunasema yanatokea sana hapa Nairobi na ni mengi sana. Hata tukitaka kila siku twende tuvunje tunaweza, maana yake ni nyingi sana. There must have been some compromises somewhere. Yeah, because as I was saying, compromises, corruption, because as I was saying, it is not possible. There are many people who are involved in this. Okay? They will not come out in the open. But for sure, it is unimaginable that a public wall can be demolished while people are watching, and another one being constructed without the approval of the county government and people are watching. Structures belonging to the government are being demolished and people are not saying anything, so you can see.
My name is Richard Njoba. I'm the chairman of the Loreto Residents Association. And this fight has been going on for beyond 10 years. The property was first allocated back in 1996. So by 98, 99 is when we started fighting for it, alongside the fight we had for the police post next door. That was successfully recovered, and we were able to house our police officers there, who have since been looking after the security of the area. But the water plot has been a continuous fight. As the senator explained, the grabber has been very clever, has known how to fight his way through the courts, has known how to arrange for documents to be missing when they're required, and it's been an in and out case in court for all of us. Worst of all is that he tends to move over the public holidays and normally at night. It happened last year in December. He was here working on this plot, uprooting the trees over Christmas. We then went to court. There was a stay. He kept quiet for a while, and then again this December, on Jamhuri Day night, we were woken up by heavy equipment now digging, and as you can see, the trenches that have been left here and the stones that have been put in place was work that was ongoing overnight. So that in itself is a show of total dishonesty, and that there is a lot behind the gentleman that enables him to have the audacity to undertake work to that extent. On behalf of the residents of Loresho, I'd like to thank the Senator Sonko, the Chairman of the National Land Commission, Mr. Sozuri, and the EACC, the Inspector General, for all of them being able to stand up with us to set an example to all Kenyans that there is hope for those who stand up for their rights against grabbers.
So that is the end of that clip. No, very, very kindly request that we take a break so that the witness can rejuvenate. He actually has a medical condition which has always been known by the court. If the court can give him an opportunity. He can come in the afternoon. This is going to take his medicine.
Sorry?
He's going to take his medicine.
How long?
We are already at around noon. Could we come at, are we able to come at 2 today? Okay, give me 30 minutes, is that okay? Yeah? 25 minutes. 25 minutes.
5 minutes. It's now 11:45. We resume at 12:20.
Or could you know, so that I think Mr. Nyamacha has a suggestion which I think is eminently.
No, you look persuasive.
It's eminently reasonable.
Very strange.
Yeah, we can take an early lunch break so that we resume at 2 and then we can proceed.
Mr. Nyamacha, what were you inciting?
You know, I was thinking we'd do an early lunch.
Yes.
For an hour, then we resume.
Maybe I want something.
In an hour's time.
Yeah. And then we can push as much as we can.
I'll take the compromise. We take a break and resume at exactly 1. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
It's now 11:45. So we resume at 1.
Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor, for accommodating us. Thank you. We'll call him. We'll call him.
Okay.
Yes. DM.
Ordering the police to execute and supervise So despite this order being there, Your Honor, the OCPD withdrew his officers. The grabber defied the court order and proceeded with the construction contrary to this order.
Did the OCPD give you any reason for withdrawing the police from?
I was annoyed by his actions,
Yes.
Your Honor.
Yes.
I decided to mobilize the residents. Went to the IG.
The IG in this case means who?
The Inspector General of Police.
Yes.
Mr.
That time,
Boynet.
Yes.
That time.
What is it? Is Mr. Boynet?
He was the Inspector General of Police, Your Honor.
Yes.
Then another team was sent to the National Land Commission.
Yes.
To get Mr. Swazuri from his office. I also, Your Honor, called the DCI. By then, Mr. Mohoro Ndakwa. I also called the ESCC CEO, by then, Mr. Halake Wako. And I also called His Excellency, the former president.
The former president, who?
Uhuru Kenyatta.
Why were you making the calls and why were you mobilizing?
Yeah, because it was what the OCPD did. Was not right. Withdrawing his officers from the scene as directed by court was wrong. And from the inside information, when I used to sit in the or to attend the county security committee, so we used to access a lot of information, a lot of inside information. So from one of the officers, who was a close friend, confided me with this information.
Confided in you?
Yes.
Yes.
That the OCPD and all officers at the scene were bribed to allow the grabber to proceed with the construction. This move really angered me, Your Honor. So I sought for the indulgence of senior officers from investigative agencies to ensure we enforce the order, Your Honor.
Okay. In this case, the investigative agencies were?
The EACC CEO.
Without the check.
Oh, okay.
We listed.
Yeah, we listed that. Okay, thank you. Now, what was the result?
The result, all these investigative agencies mobilized their officers, accompanied me to the scene, Your Honor, where I had also mobilized the area residents to ensure the order issued by court is complied with.
Then what happened?
I instructed the residents to remove all the building materials, cement, all the building materials on site. The police arrested all the masons at the site. So we successfully enforced the order, Your Honor.
In that clip, that's the one you're talking about? The last clip that we were talking about. Let's quickly identify the personalities. Yeah, I think you did. You did. Now, what else do you want to say?
I wish to produce
the order.
The order, to mark the order.
We have marked it as MFI 8. Your Honor,
which order is this specifically?
In respect to civil suit number 4571, we talked about 4571 of 2015. Yes.
Your Honor, still the grabber went back to court. This time he went to the High Court, via petition number 475 of 2015.
Come again?
He went
petition number
475 of 2015, Your Honor. Constitutional and Judicial Review Division. He sued the National Land Commission as the first respondent, Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission, Your Honor, as the first interested party, myself as the second interested party, Your Honor, and the Nairobi County Government as the third interested party, Your Honor. Your Honor, I wish to bring to the attention of this court that there were several other cases, several other matters which were ongoing, where I was also a party. And the court made a status report on all matters pending in various courts in respect to this water reservoir land, LR number 90/599 and Nairobi block 591-596, originally Nairobi block number 90/229. The other cases, Your Honor, were HCCC number 3063 of 1996.
Come again.
HCCC, Your Honor, number 3063 of 1996. As per the court, orders sought was declaration that neither the Commissioner of Lands nor any other person has a right to alienate public land or any part thereof to any person. The status of that particular case, Your Honor, Justice Msaga Mbogoli granted an injunction. Your Honor, there was also another case.
Before we go to the other case, you have this document you're holding. What is it called?
This document, it is the same petition number 475 of 2015, where the court listed all the case numbers and parties involved, orders what in each and every case. There are around over 9 to 10 cases, Your Honor, where I think at some point they're all consolidated.
Yes, the document you're holding, is called what?
Your Honor, as per the court, it is called a status report on all matters pending in various courts in respect to Nairobi block number 90/599 and Nairobi blocks 591-596, comma, into brackets, originally Nairobi block number 90/229, then into brackets, it's closed brackets.
Now, this status report was filed in what case?
Your Honor, it was filed in petition number 475 of 2015.
And it was filed by who?
It was filed by Judith Mwanzia Shamala of EACC.
Advocate for EACC.
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the date of that status report?
10th March 2016, Your Honor.
When was it filed? When was it filed in court?
10th March 2016, Your Honor.
Let me find D89.
Those other cases we leave. The other cases listed we leave.
No, I think that's the
There is another order where Justice Boya recently in 2025 May cancelled the title for Bandari.
You have the same title?
Yes.
Yeah, in line with what you're saying concerning that property, was there a subsequent judicial development?
Yes, Your Honor. In one of the cases, Your Honor.
In one of the cases?
Yeah.
Is the case listed in that status report?
Yes, Your Honor.
What is the case number?
E203 of 2021. E203, Your Honor, 2021.
So what was that development that you'd like to bring the attention of the court to?
The development was the court revoked the title deed, cancelled all the survey records, and finally the land was restored back to public use. The matter was before Justice Boya. The judgment was delivered on May last year.
Just relax, you will get it. Just relax. Relax, you get it. Don't panic. Do you have that judgment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have the judgment, the whole judgment?
Yes, Your Honor.
Where is it?
It's the voluminous one.
This is the one you're talking about?
Yes.
It is a big document, but we can mark it.
Last page.
This is the last page. We can mark it and so that we can make some progress as they get the last page. It is
Next time you get time like yesterday, kindly organize your the court is suffering because of your inconveniences.
Yeah, we tried to apologize.
That is why I gave you a break early.
We tried to fix it.
You organize yourself.
Sorry.
You should not subject the court to punishment.
Please, please. I side with the court wholly.
My apologies, Your Honor.
I can't agree with you on this one.
Once you get your dismissal, not accompanied.
I better be dismissed when I'm on the right side of the law. Yeah, don't worry. But you don't know, we have the judgment. It's just that the last, we can mark it.
So the judgment is marked as DMFI
90. That's okay. I think we will do a better job next time. It will be neater.
90.
Yes. Now, what else did you want to say?
Yes, Your Honor. On the 30th day of January this year, I was served with another mention notice, petition 36 of 2018. Formerly petition number 475 of 2015. Parties being the same: Shital Bandari, petitioner, NLC, respondent, EACC, first interested party, myself, second interested party.
It was coming information when?
It was coming information, Your Honor, on the 3rd of February 2026.
Which has not passed.
It was just day before yesterday.
Was it mentioned?
Yes, it was mentioned.
Yes.
Directions were given. I'm waiting for some communication from my advocate in this way.
This is a matter that is ongoing now.
It is ongoing now.
Anything else you would like to say about it? We don't even have to clog your mention. Mention notice is here. Yes. We don't have to produce it. Yes. So, anything else you would like to say about the Loresho water?
Yes, Your Honor.
Anything else?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yeah.
Because we are talking about this monster called corruption, Your Honor. This is a deep-pocketed grabber who was trying to grab this public utility, Your Honor. Even after he found his way back to the site, he sent his proxies to me, his managers to me. I reported the matter to the DCI.
What did he send them? What was the message to you?
They were sent with money.
How much?
It was 4 million in cash. We laid an ambush, a trap. Two of his people were arrested. The money was the exhibit was recovered, but to date, Your Honor, I don't know the outcome of that case. I've never been summoned.
When was that?
That was 2015.
Yes.
16th, between 15th and 16th of December, Your Honor. 16th of December. 16th or 17th of December.
Anything else you'd like to say on that?
Your Honor, if I had accepted to receive the bribe that was offered, I think today this property will still be owned by this same grabber. But I refuse to be part of that corruption, Your Honor. That is what I wish to say on this particular case.
Yes. Next. Are you prepared to go to the next or you want?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. The next is another clip.
Yes.
Just be stupid, right? And we have come slowly.
Yeah.
We have come in a very diplomatic way. Or you pay.
That will be marked as
Yes, they will be marked DMFI
91.
DMFI 91. Yeah, plate.
Just be stupid, right?
And
they have come slowly.
Yeah.
We have come in a very automatic way, or you pay the money.
Yeah, we are talking about it.
We are not part of this. We are just security for him not to carry anything else. I think the amount they have written, it is
Because what you're asking is a national war now between lawyers and myself and what happened. That's why you want to receive. You can't imagine you have to receive
My name is Moideen Hawa. Our property has been taken over. It has been sold by the county council to attain advisory for us. This property is 8.5 of an acre. It's got 8 maisonettes and 7 squatters plus a children's playing field, and they have sold this, auctioned this property at 30 million. We are exactly on Gong Road. This was auctioned by the county. Yes, it was auctioned by the county for rates outstanding. They are the ones who auction. This property has been with us since 1977. You can go behind and ask any one of the tenants if they saw any notice or anything over here. Yeah, there absolutely no notice here. I'm stuck up, and even my son is finished A levels. You know, he has been the top student at Nairobi Academy. I am even stuck because of now how to send him to the university. Mr. President, I can tell you, what he tells me to do, I will do. Just to intervene and stop these people from harassing. You know, they are harassing because on 2nd of October they came claiming for the rent, and they said they've given us proclamation notices. Nothing like that has come.
Tena mama iko na ugonjwa ya kichwa, wawili wanaingia kuingia, mimi ndiwaambia hapana, waliingia na force. Mimi ndiwaambia wakasimama kwa mlango. Mmoja akasikia mama analia. Wakati mama analia, wakarudi nyuma. Tena wakaenda kwa hizi nyumba zingine. Siku ya pili ndio walikuja kubeba vitu. Walibeba sofa set, meza ya sitting room, meza ya dining room ya kukulia ya viti 6. Kama ni haki yao siwezi jua, na mimi nasema kama President kweli anaona atusaidie, kwa maana sisi tunaumia.
We've stayed here for
almost 4 years.
4 years, almost 4 years now, and all along Mr. Howe has been our landlord. No, it was not. It was not fair.
And you see, what really annoyed us, okay, we as tenants, is that Hawa had a sick wife. Yeah. When these guys came, they said there was a notice, and there was no. You see, when a property is on sale, there has to be a big notice. That's what we understand. When you go to Ngong Road, along Ngong Road near Prestige, you'll see that there is a property on sale. And they have put it a very big notice. It's not a small thing written in a newspaper that, you know, this property is for sale. You put a big notice so that everybody knows. And, you know, like well we were saying before, the privilege was given to the tenants if they wanted to buy the property. Okay, that's not a big issue, but you see, at that particular time, Howard had a very sick wife. That is what concerned us, a very sick wife. Even to the point that the wife came back from India, and these people still kept, coming. And to make it worse, now they brought in the number of, some guys from Kibera, so many, over 20, coming to remove things from our house, And we were like, sure, what's going on? Within a short time, Howard's wife, unfortunately, she was a very loving lady, we knew her very well, passed on. And still, these guys, they didn't even have what you call remorse. They were not even remorse. They still kept following. And then it was so hard for him. And being him, a very nice landlord, very good landlord. I mean, he's a landlord. That's why we are still here, some of us, He kept telling us what you do, politely, just go ahead and just pay the rent to them. He didn't even want to take the rent from us. Us knowing him is still the owner of this place. Because we haven't seen an official letter saying that now the ownership has now been changed. You understand? Yes. So that's what has always been beating us, and we have stayed put for his sake actually. As tenants, they kept saying he was given, but like I'm saying, if a property is on sale, put a big notice. Not something small in a newspaper. We were now told our new landlords are called Attain. We don't even know who Attain is. Me, even if I move here, but I know how has his property back, that's what I want. In fact, they even came and took his things in the house.
I've lived in this compound from 2003. As far as I know, my landlord was Mr. Howard. Then some people came, they ambushed us. They came with the police. In fact, it was Kilimani police. Then they said they bought the compound. And they came with some youth, with some crowbars and all sorts of weapons and a big lorry. So there's nothing we could do. They told us to sign some lease. We were forced to sign some lease. And later they've come up with some 2 more leases that we are yet to sign. And as tenants, we took the case to court. Then we were dismissed, that we had no grounds. Personally, I don't see how a magistrate can rule that, because on one hand we have Howard as our landlord, on the other hand we had some people, and if Howard is in court with some other people, so how is it that as tenants we didn't have a case? That beats me. So for me, what I would pray for is justice. He's been my landlord, he's been a good landlord. That's why I've stuck here for over 10 years. From what I understand, they bought the property for about 30 million. And I'm wondering, 30 million, is it a house? Is it one house, or is it the whole compound? Is it worth 8 houses and such a big compound? One maisonette right now, I think it's about 25 million in Kilimani. We're talking about 8 maisonettes and a big compound that you can still expand some more houses.
The money spent. I have one question to ask you. Even before spending the money, did you comply with the law? Did you comply with the Public Finance Management Act? Because the problem with our country, Mr. Chair, we collect revenue at source. We don't follow the law. We don't remit what we've collected to the controller of budget for maybe budgeting or for guidance. So I want, maybe before we go to the recoveries, did the county comply with the law? Did they, maybe after collecting these monies, after collecting the revenues, did they remit what they collected to the controller of budget so that they are guided how to spend the monies? Before we go to the recovery query.
Chairman, I think is a correct observation. It was observed during the audit that Public Finance Management Act was violated. Recoveries were not done properly. And of course, there were other issues as well. And as we sit today, actions have been taken. Chief of Finance and Treasury was terminated, and Director of Finance as well terminated. So the termination arose out of the audition.
Okay, well, what I will direct is that you will have to update your answers comprehensively along the lines that what has been trying to pass, and then send the updated responses or the letter to the clerk of the National Assembly. The clerk of the Assembly. Because it's important that the answer be as comprehensive as possible, because the answer may not necessarily have your annexes. Your annexes are pretty big, but
my remarks against Mongare that was seen by Governor Kidero. I don't have evidence, but I have evidence to prove that it is indeed true, Governor Kidero and the Chief of Staff, Mr. Wainaina, they are murderers. I've tabled documents in the case which I've raised, the Lemeron property. The wife of the property owner, whose name was appearing in the title, was killed. The day they were evicting the landlords of that property, they killed the wife. The auctioneers killed the wife, and there are instructions from the county government. So I will not withdraw those remarks. I'm ready to prove, I'm ready to sign an affidavit, I'm ready to write to the DPP, I'm ready to file a criminal private proceedings against the governor and his chief of staff. They are murderers, they are killers. I will not withdraw those remarks.
Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman. Point of order, Mr. Chairman.
Yes,
Mr. Chairman, what our friend and colleague is saying, he is not substantiating it. He's merely repeating the allegation. He should support by bringing evidence that the governor is a murderer. We see the evidence. That was just to repeat the allegation. We're going to be part of it.
Can I say something?
Let me have my death certificate of the wife.
Please. We are filming
video clips. They kids from my house. I have the clips. I can talk about.
We have one meeting, please. Yes.
That's why, Mr. Speaker, I've tabled my documents, I've tabled a file which has over 10 properties which were illegally acquired by the governor's proxies. They were transferred to governor's proxies. That file, Mr. Chair, is self-explanatory, and I'm willing to explain it. I'm ready to table document by document. I was
we are accepted.
So we have the power of investigating any.
No, I'm not disputing that. But I'm telling you, once you table the documents, leave it to the committee. Because at the moment, we have to finish this whole hearing before us, and then we shall come to the commission. We know our responsibility.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. If, upon receiving the majority of documents, you are convinced that the documents are admissible, the documents are admissible, then the committee must make a decision on it. Either you mark it to the auditors for further scrutiny, or you ask the governor to respond, because they have been tabled. So you have to make a decision. If we just stop where you are, we are not. It is tantamount to mass negligence.
Yes, not just from where we are. Yes. We have said as a committee, we shall look. This is not the last thing for the committee. If we can even recall the government about this committee. But at the moment, we have issued a policy to the internal standing. We are not finished today. We don't know what to do. We shall come to Senator Sonko's statement when we sit as a committee. And we look at them properly. So they're not something that we can look at in one meeting. So please bear with us. Yes.
Chairman, Senator Sonko is a friend of the committee, and he represents the people of Nairobi, for which the county government, led by the governor, is here. But the allegations that he properly talked about needs to be withdrawn. Where we also didn't hear why Senator Mongare was saying point of order. We did allow him to complete. But without looking back now that you have taken the
presentation. We will request Senator Sonko to withdraw those remarks, and then we can proceed from there. The chair will guide the meeting from there on, and we see how to proceed. And then the evidence is not available.
That's why it's the point of order, because you're not procedural.
I'm procedural because we are under rates and I'm raising a query in regards to rates. I don't know why you are intervening. You've not completed my point. That's my point, you're just intervening. What's wrong with this?
Let me have the issues raising. We still have other queries under the outcome.
My point is under rates.
The issues under rates that the governor saying are responding to body to query what the committee requested evidence, okay, under 1.21. The committee requested evidence of information concerning internal audit methods as well as evidence to collect outstanding rates. Let's deal with those.
I was about to talk about documents. Yeah, I'm on those issues, Mr. Chair, and I'm just about to talk about documents in regards to what has just been done. So I've not completed my point, then Senator Mugai is just counting even before delivering my point. So I don't understand what's happening in this committee, Mr. Chair.
That clip, Mr. Sonko, what is it about?
This clip, Your Honor, it's about a family, a resident of Nairobi, Mr. Hawa. There's another one which I'll play in connection to this afterwards. In that clip, Your Honor, auctioneers are evicting tenants in presence of their landlord. Mr. Speaker, sorry, Your Honor, I'm sorry for that, Your Honor, this is a very sad case because, Your Honor, there was a scam in Nairobi City County whereby corrupt individuals within the county conspire with grabbers to exaggerate land rates claims, fictitious rates claims. In this particular case, Mr. Speaker, the landlord, Mr. Hawa,
he is not Mr. Speaker.
That's clip in Senate. My apologies, Your Honor, my apologies.
I think we've reached a time when exhaustion is setting in.
My apologies.
No, it's okay. What I request, Your Honor, if it pleases you, if you can just run up to 1, and then his witness can speak another time.
Sorry, what?
Up to 2, when we reach 2.
Yeah, you guys are playing it.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, when
I thought you went for brown ugali.
We did.
1 hour.
What? Because we started early, Your Honor. If it will please, let us reach 1 and then you can see the problem we are doing. I don't know whether Your Honor have noticed this. I have a senior colleague, my good friend Dr. Kamino. He's actually very good in the morning. In the afternoon, and I've observed him, for the last 41 years I've been in practice, he's increasingly losing it towards the evening. So when he comes before you, actually the human body has a limit. Please, let's go up to 2, and then we can proceed with this evidence again. Please, if it pleases you.
Let me hear from Mr. Nyamaji.
When they start calling you Mr. Speaker.
I think the request is what's appealing me. Yeah, I think it's a humble request.
I don't want to sound like you're supporting, but I know you support it.
No, I think even speaking for myself, I think I'm a bit exhausted. So I think the request to stop at 2 is, I think it's welcome.
Can you people sit here and write all day?
When I remember we are sitting on some.
Imagine, Your Honor, I was even talking for you. I was talking for you. I think Your Honor. Your magistrates are also human beings, and they get tired. They're not machines. So you proceed. This is his honor, not Mr. Speaker. Proceed.
I give guidance on that question. I think what we can possibly do is cover to its logical conclusion DMFI 91, after which I can be able to give directions.
Very well, very well. Can you proceed, please?
Thank you, Your Honor. So, Your Honor, the guys we are seeing in that clip roughing up tenants and auctioneers. Your Honor, in this come up.
Sorry, I stopped, and in this case, so that will continue.
Okay. And in this particular case, Mr. Your Honor. Sorry for that, Your Honor. This particular case, Your Honor.
Please remember.
You can have a seat.
Yes. Remember, it's not Mr. Please. Yes. It's not Mr. And it's not Mr. Speaker. Please. Okay, proceed. Proceed. Yeah, you can. Your Honor, can you sit? Yeah. Just sit. Just sit, Mheshimiwa. We are trying to help you. No, it's okay. Just sit. Yeah.
So in this particular case, Mr. Your Honor, in this particular case, Your Honor, Mr. Hawa, the landlord, the house we are seeing, had traveled to take his sick wife to India. He was in India for some time, but when they came back, they found that their property had been fraudulently transferred to a third party. In this case, Attain Advisory Company, Attain Advisory Consultants Limited. A company that was owned by the former governor's cousin. Your Honor, Howard's wife had a tumor in her head. The tumor was successfully operated in India. So she was healing a wound. So, auctioneer sent by the government, by the county, let me put it by the county, Your Honor, in a different clip. Came to the house, wrapped up everybody, including the sick, Howard's wife. Unfortunately, when she was rushed to the hospital, she passed on. Your Honor, this family brought this matter to my attention when I was the senator. I took over the matter. Started pursuing circumstances under which the property was transferred to a third party without the landlord's knowledge. We realized that the property was auctioned. Your Honor, we accessed
auctioned on whose instructions?
There was on the county's instructions.
On the county's instructions?
Yes, Your Honor. On claims that the landlord had not been paying the land rates, Your Honor. While, Your Honor, as per the landlord's records, throughout his life, throughout the period they've been owning this property, they've never skipped or missed paying landlords, Your Honor. Your Honor, I decided to go to court to stop the auction. Your Honor, on the 26th day of March 2014, by ELC miscellaneous case number 144 of 2014, I enjoined myself in this case where the Nairobi City County government was a plaintiff. They had sued Hawa's wife, one Habiba Abdurrahman Hawa, as the first defendant, Mumtaz Hawa as the second defendant, Abdurrahman Hawa as the fourth defendant, and Actain Advisory Limited as the purchaser. While the auctioneer, PG Waweru Trading, as ideal auctioneers, was the first interested party. Your Honor, Justice Obaga allowed me to enjoin myself in the case. We were granted orders stopping the auction, cancelling the title that was issued to a company owned by the former governor's cousin. I wish to mark this case.
Did you tell the court the case number?
Yes, Your Honor.
And you have a copy of the order by the Honorable Mr. Justice Obaga?
Yes, Your Honor.
When is the when was the order issued?
The order was issued in 2016. The order was issued, the final order was issued in September 2017.
The order you are referring to is dated when?
27 September 2017.
No, it was issued by the court on 27 September.
Yes.
It was, the court sat on 27, but the order itself was formally issued on which date?
2nd October, 3rd October 2017.
Yes. And when did the court sit, according to the order?
27 September 2017.
The order in honor is PM5 92. This is the order.
We got it in 2014 because we did not do it
So, but as far as you know, what is the status of the property today?
The status has been reverted back to the Howard's family.
Yes.
But my apologies to the court. There is another order which I got in 2014.
On the same
interim orders, yes.
On the same matter.
On the same matter when I was the senator stopping everything.